Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Lankford.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Thank you to all of you for the work that you do on this. To go back to the dollars and cents of what Senator Blumenthal was talking about, in 2022, I was at the Rio Grande Valley and asked some of the Border Patrol folks there, how much do the cartels make just trafficking people in this region? Just this region, which is that section of the border, how much they make just trafficking people? And the response was, we estimate $153 million a week that they make trafficking people. The open border policy that happened in the last 4 years has facilitated incredible financial gain for the cartels. When they were making $153 million a week, moving people through at the highest numbers they possibly could, that facilitated this. In addition to that, other criminal organizations around the world saw how much money the cartels were making, and they wanted a piece of the travel agent money. And we started getting ISIS individuals coming in from Tajikistan because they were being facilitated by criminal organizations coming in because it was easy to move. So this is incredibly important to be able to shut the money down. I do agree with Senator Blumenthal on that, and it's incredibly important that we actually use the authority that's already there to be able to get this done. Mr. Cuccinelli, thanks again for all the work that you've done on this for so long on this. You were very outspoken on H.R. 2, which is a great bill, very thorough on that, and you were very forward to say Congress needs to pass this bill. What are the aspects of that that you would say that still need to be done?
Well, you know, the chairman started with the president's authority to close the border, which I agree he has now. But H.R. 2 really starts to get at the longer term enforcement arc, processing of folks and keeping them out, closing loopholes that even if you close the border between the legal ports of entry, people will still come to the ports of entry, and there'll be I'll call it a bit of a negotiation, a bit of a game there about who can get in and who cannot. In the last 4 years, everybody's gotten in. And you really need to give your OFO officers in those ports of entry the legal tools to turn people away, anyone away who cannot demonstrate a then current basis to be in the country. Right. And H.R. 2 really advanced that. As you know, Senator, this whole area of law has been tangled up in knots with court rulings. We've heard
it's a mess. Yeah, we were talking before. Yeah, we were talking before, Mr. Arthur, about the Flores settlement.
Flores is a major one.
That's an issue that has to be settled in law. Yes. We have to be able to go engage in Congress to say what's this going to be, because the court just literally created the 20-day time period, and now we're stuck with it because Congress has not been able to respond. Mr. Arthur.
Senator, if I could add to that, there was a truly bipartisan report that was issued in April of 2019 by the CBP Families and Children Care Panel. Leon Fresco, who was Barack Obama's guy at DOJ, was on that panel. And they talked about all of these issues. And they they suggested solutions, including processing and detention centers down at the border. But they also called on Congress to fix Flores. Congress has the ability to fix it. And again, when there's a bipartisan recommendation like that, it's almost incumbent on Congress to at least give it a look, because this is a huge problem. The kids are suffering. I mean, everything that you've heard today is caused by that.
Yeah, it is. So I look at things like Safe Third Country as an area, trying to be able to get clarity there, ending the parole abuse, which we don't have a clear definition of humanitarian parole. We've got to be able to make that very, very clear. Dealing with the Title 42-like authority for emergency moments, to say when the cartels hold a bunch of folks and they rush a border patrol station or an area at that point, what to be able to do on that. TVPRA, Flores, all these different areas. These are areas that Congress has got to be able to act on and provide clarity, because courts are going to define it in different ways, and the rules are even different in Texas than what they are in California or in Arizona based on different court actions. And so we've got to be able to have some clarity on this, and that's an area where Congress has got to be able to act. So saying all that, the other issue that was brought up before was about what are called special interest aliens. These are folks that are coming in from Tajikistan and other areas that the Mexicans are not going to take back. These are recalcitrant countries that are not accepting folks back. We've got to have some sort of legal response, but we also have the authority of the administration to be able to put State Department pressure on some of these countries as well. But this is an area that we've got to be able to clarify in law on the recalcitrant country. Any comments from any of you specifically about those individuals? Mr. Arthur.
Senator Lankford, when I was the chief of the National Security Law Division at INS, I worked for Janet Reno. Whenever we picked up a special interest alien at the border, Ms. Reno would call me day and night. I got a lot of calls from the command center in the middle of the night. Today, those individuals are being released into the United States, are being processed by line border patrol agents. This is a completely ridiculous situation. We've heard FBI Director Chris Wray talk about every light is blinking. We are in a situation, I served at the INS before September 11th. We are in a situation right now that is so much worse than what we were looking at.
We had 70,000 people that were special interest aliens that came in last year that we know of at this point from DHS records. And FBI told me point blank, because Chris Wray sat right there and I asked him, he told us point blank that he is not aware of all the SIAs that are coming in. The DHS was not informing him of those individuals. So we are not tracking those once they're in the country. Mr. Chairman, thank you.